All right, things have cooled off. Whoa, here in Wisconsin. Let's do that again. All right, things have definitely cooled off here in Wisconsin, and I've been seeing temperatures and even snow in other parts of the country. A lot of people are feeling this cold snap, and a lot of people are starting up their wood stoves and their outdoor wood boilers for the first time, which I think is a little late, but I've been having this thing's been running now since beginning of October, and I actually started up before that in the beginning of September. But yeah, a lot of people are starting up their wood stoves, are starting to burn because temperatures are falling and snow is here in some parts of the country. This past weekend, yesterday, we woke up to around, I think it was 21 degrees. So it was cold, very cold, and it felt great having the house at 74. Thanks to the Crown Royal 7300 MP right here. This thing, so people have always been wondering, like, people have been asking how much more efficient this is compared to the Woodmaster 4400. And I never really kept like measured amounts, but I can tell just from loading it how much I load in between each like morning and evening. I'm putting in less wood. How much less? I don't know. Like, I don't have a spreadsheet figured out and calculated to like say, oh, I am 17.2% more efficient with the Crown Royal from the Woodmaster. I don't have those numbers, but I will tell you it is less. I know for a fact I am burning less wood. And I think one of the things that helps with my situation, what I do, how I burn in the Crown Royal here is I kind of have a mix. I don't have like strictly the traditional boiler wood. I kind of have a mix of some bigger stuff, some smaller stuff. Most of it is split, most of it is seasoned. Some of it is in bigger chunks that may or may not be fully seasoned. Let me show you that, and I think we are out here just in time to actually catch a cycle, a burn cycle. So that is the other thing that I've noticed with the Crown Royal is that it seems to reach back up to its 180 set point a lot quicker. Now, there are two blowers in this compared to the one on the Woodmaster, but it just seems like once this thing drops to 170 and that the blowers kick on, it just seems like it doesn't take very long for it to reach back to 180, which is good because that's kind of what you want. You don't want, at least in my opinion, you don't want your outdoor wood boiler sitting there for extended periods of time trying to get that water back up to temp. Like for me, I think it's better to get it right back up to temp as soon as you can because then the blower shut off and you're pretty much done burning. Like your wood doesn't really burn anymore after that. So you get longer burn times. And I have noticed that as well. I will come out in the morning and from the night before, and there'll be a lot of wood left over. So like I'm not burning through, like I said, I know I'm not burning through as much as I used to because I'm not putting as much in when I load it. And there's usually more left over when I come out to load it again. So here's what I'm talking about with my wood selection. You can see I have some bigger chunks. That's a pretty good sized piece of wood there. But then I also have stuff like this. Smaller splits. And yes, everything is split. The same in this tote right here. Here's a little bit of a bigger chunk. There's a bigger chunk. There's a bigger chunk. Again, almost everything in here. The one thing that remains consistent is it's all split. Like this is a nice big chunk right here. So like when I fill up, like I'll usually save these bigger pieces for the evening. Like this is a good overnight piece mixed in with, some smaller stuff, some of this stuff. And then I will throw in like one or two offcuts from this tote. And this tote is, as you can see, mostly not split. Just big rounds, unsplit. Well, this one is split, but for the most part, just big chunks. All right, this thing just turned on. We'll get back to the big chunks in a second. Let's let this smoke clear out, and then we'll take a look at how much wood is still in there and like kind of what the different pieces look like. So the other nice thing about this Crown Royal is you can actually turn the blower down. So I'm going to turn that down so the fan's not going too hard in here and blowing too much air in. All right, so it's just kicked in. So there you can kind of see my mix. I got a big chunk there, an unsplit round on top. I think another unsplit round there. And then on the bottom, that's where I put the split pieces. So I'm not saying the big chunks shouldn't be used as boiler wood. I understand that's kind of been like the traditional, you know, a lot of guys will say, if it fits in the door, I put it in. And those big chunks, man, they burn forever. They'll 3 days it'll burn. Yeah, it's burning for 3 days, but, you know, it's, each piece of wood has the same amount of BTUs, whether you have it in one big chunk or 4 chunks. Like the amount of BTUs that is in that piece of wood is the same, whether it's split into 4 pieces or 1 piece. And with a system like this, you know, it doesn't keep burning. Like you saw in there, like that was from this morning. And it's now, I fill it up, I put that wood in at like 7 this morning, and it's now 4 something in the afternoon. So a lot of those pieces, they hardly even look like they were burned yet. And that's because once it reaches temp, the air gets shut off and it doesn't sit there and burn. So for me, it's just, I think, better to have some split seasoned wood. And, you know, if you want, like I have this stuff over here that's not split. Yeah, it's fine to throw that in. Whatever works best for you. For me, I just like having my boiler wood actually be split and seasoned. Because, oh yeah, you hear that? That sounds nice. That's nice dry wood. And that wood that's in there now, I will wait until probably about 10 o'clock tonight to come back out and throw some more on for the overnight. But yeah, that little bit in there, that's been, even like today now, it's only 20 something. I mean, that amount I would have had to added probably 4 to 6 more pieces in the Woodmaster to get through the day. And that stuff in there has been in there now over 8 hours, and it hardly looks like any of it's been burned. So that is great. I have noticed, I don't have the exact numbers, but I have noticed a reduction in the amount of wood I've been putting in to the Crown Royal 7300. It's been very nice. So there's just a quick little boiler update from out here in the woodshed. The Crown Royal 7300 burning great and feeling great, having a house nice and warm and toasty. Yes, at 74 degrees. That's what we keep it at. We don't touch the dial. We just keep it at 74. And so far, even with this big cold snap that we're in, I can definitely notice a reduction in the amount of wood that both I'm putting in and then how long it's lasting. So that'll do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.